Hello everyone, this is Dr Afaf Mougou with you. I am specialized in cognitive linguistics applied to holy books, and my channel is multilingual, and it's for your personal and your business growth based on religious values. In this video, here we are with the second lesson about cognitive linguistics. In this lesson, I will speak about the frame of business and the role of the principle of identity, which is one of the three eyes of the mind, as I explained in the previous video. Its influence on our business language and its importance to create a successful business. This will be my example, an example from the business frame to explain the principle of identity. And I was asked by one of my followers about this principle. What is the principle of identity? As I said, it's one of the three eyes of the mind. The three eyes are identity, integration, and imagination. Identity plays a decisive role in elaborating our thoughts and consequently our language. When we say anything, you can say, I am here. There is an integration, and there is imagination, and there is identity in this simple sentence. Let's turn back to the frame of business, which will be my example. Let's say that I am, for example, a seller. You know, I have a jewelry store, and you are the buyer. And here, in this situation that I it's a made-up situation. It's supposed situation to explain what we are talking about. In this situation, we have the frame of business, you know, the business frame. And you know that with Charles Fillmore in semantics, there is a great revolution in the study of language, because lexical items are no more regarded as isolated items and organized with the principle of opposition and similitude, but rather they are frames, you know. They are no more as the dictionary tells about them. For example, the red color. The red, if you go to the dictionary, you'll see red, for example, its color, it's all the attributes of the red, but the frame of the red is another thing. The frame is all the connotations associated with the color of red. For example, love, for example, desire, for example, revolution, and etc. So when I say the frame of business is, it's not the item, lexical item of business, what is business, but business as a cultural activity, as we conceive it. All the frame, when I say the frame of business, it evokes all the frame of business. The buyer, the seller, the products, the store, the language used, the money we pay with, etc. All the details, you know. So in this situation, I will have two sub-frames. From the frame of business, I will have two sub-frames which are called mental spaces in my mind, okay? The first one, let's say it's the first input, input number 1. And the second is the second input, input number 2. For the input number 1 will be for example, for buying, the input of buying, to buy. And the input number 2 is the selling input. So to buy and to sell. So there are 3 roles in selling and 3 roles in buying. Let's say one is A, B, C, A. A1, A, B1, and C1, like this. We'll have this schema. So this is the input number 1, buying, and this is the input number 2, selling, and these are the 3 roles activated in my mind, and in your mind. A is me, the seller, and A prime is you, the buyer. B and C, B, let's say it's jewelry, for example, a ring, a diamond ring. This is the blue one, and this is the white one. And this is the blue one in your mind, and this is the white one in your mind. So there is a connection between us. There is a connection between us, between this mental space. We have both of them in my mind and in your mind, and there is connection between the input 1 in my mind to the input 2 and in yours as well. Okay. So let's say that you hesitate. You have 2 choices, the blue and the white one, and you hesitate about which one you buy. You say how much costs the first, for example, the blue ring, the blue diamond. I say $1 million. You say, and the white one, I say, for example, $1,200,000, and you hesitate. So I will say to you, if I were you, I would buy C, the white one. If I were you, I would buy the white one. When I say this to you, I activated actually a blended space, you know. I activated like a metaphorical projection in my mind. It's done by the integration process and by imagination as well, you know, from input 1 and input 2 to a third space, new space, mental space, which is the blend. In it, there is a blend. How? The 3 A, B, C and A prime, B prime, C prime, all of them will be integrated, will be compressed conceptually by the principle of identity as well, because the principle of identity is the principles that say that our mind wants to always to do less, you know, compress the roles to a less number of roles. He wants always to identify things in order to reduce their quantity. This is something that is innate in our brain, in our mind, you know, in our neurons, because the mind is influenced by our brain. So always our mind wants to do less, to have less, you know. So when I said if I were you, I would buy B, I would buy C, the white one. So I will have here one role. In it there is identification between me and you. A is a one. Me and you is the same, because when I say if I were you in the blend, I take your role. And the exciting thing here is that the frame of selling and buying remain as they are. There isn't any modification in them. The modification is just in the roles, you know. And this is the power of our mind. Here I will cite what Turner and Fauconnier say in their book that I mentioned in the previous video, The Way We Think, Conceptual Blending, and the Mind's Hidden Complexities. They took an example of a husband and a wife, and he said, if I were you. So they say, that person has the identity of the husband in the general public sense, as well as his experience and many of his characteristics, but now has the disposition, judgment, and a will of the wife. Importantly, in this case, we are not blending frames. We are not blending frames. So we are not blending the frames. We are rather blending the roles. So the husband took the disposition, judgment, and will of the wife. The same when I say, if I were you, I would buy C. You'll take my disposition, my judgment, and my will. So it's a very powerful way to convince you to and help you to decide, you know, to buy from me as a seller, because you'll have in your mind yourself as identified to the seller. And this is very much powerful because it will increase your subconsciously, it will increase your power, your level, your degree of value, you know. And you'll identify yourself with me, with my judgment, and you'll sympathize with my products. So this example and many other examples, you know, utterances that we can use in them the blend to convince others, to have an influence on others, to orient others toward this thought or this decision or the other decision. This were an example. It was an example, sorry, of the operation or of the mechanism of the identity principle in language. Many examples, other examples. There are many other examples. In each word, in each sentence, we say there are these three eyes of the mind, identity, integration, and imagination, working together to produce language and to make it comprehensible by others and to make its power to convince in business. This is it. If you have any question, let me know in the comments section, please. Thank you and see you soon, inshallah. Thank you.